Doing this process for just one day will only shock the body. It will not leave any lasting physical change, which is why we tell you to do this for a whole mandala or a period of 40 to 48 days. If you have done the necessary work upon yourself, it's an opportunity to step up to the next level. The same cosmic geometry that causes lunacy in one person can trigger blossoming in another. It completely depends on how you have engineered your system. One simple thing to take care of during the equinoxes is to keep your hair wet, especially during the sandhyas or the 4 times in a day when there's a transitionary period. That is morning, afternoon, evening and midnight, but well, the midnight sandhya may not be relevant for a whole lot of people. If you cannot manage keeping the hair wet, or if time and living here has taken its toll on your hairline, at least the top of the head should be kept wet. You can also do this during Amavasya and Purnami or the new moon days and the full moon days. But this period from the equinox to solstice is important because this is the time the sun's impact is at its peak. So there are many simple things that you should take care of to make sure your life is enhanced by these forces. To put it very simply, in southern India, let's say just 2 decades ago, 20, 30 years ago, if you looked at people who worked outside, especially the farmers and the labor who worked outside in the sun, during this period, the Paurnami or the full moon day that comes in the month of Chaitra, which in Tamil language people say Chitrai Paurnami, from this day onwards, till the summer solstice comes, no farmer went out onto the field or no Tamil person at that time went out without applying castor oil, which is a very thick oil, upon the top of their head. Because oil is a way of keeping your head wet throughout the day. If you put water, it's gone in 10 minutes. So they applied oil before they went out. This was a common sight that farmers always applied castor oil on top of their head. This is very prevalent in southern parts of Karnataka also, which I have witnessed in my farms. The labor never came to the farm without oil on top of their head. This is why the festivals in this culture are set up the way they are. All Indian festivals are calendar-oriented, not belief-oriented. Based on how the sun, moon and earth are aligned, they are looking at what's happening on that day and creating processes so that people are involved in a way that they are not affected by certain forces but benefited by the same forces. Because not every human being is made with the same resilience. Unless they do the right things, they may be affected. What one can go through effortlessly may break another. So many simple things were prescribed. For example, the consumption of seasonal fruit and vegetables are a fundamental aspect because what you ingest is as important as how you breathe. Well, if you're from southern India, in this time of the year, people consume what is called as Lakshmi Charu in Andhra Pradesh, Palai Sadam in Tamil Nadu, Kulu in Karnataka. What these things are is, they are cooling agents. They cool the system and they're very rich in B12. The cooling aspect of these foods and B12 rich component is very important when the sun's rays are at a certain level of intensity. So these things they realized long time ago and these things were very ardently followed till recently. But today, you want to eat fruit from New Zealand and pasta from Italy which was cooked 3 months ago. I don't have anything against these foods or the places. Having the freedom to choose is great, but you must learn to choose what brings well-being. Around that, you want to have a little adventure into the foods that come from elsewhere, here and there, that's fine. But the important thing is, you must understand what you consume is a fundamental instrument for your well-being. So in the Hindu calendar, the year is divided into two halves. The period from winter solstice in December to summer solstice in June is called Uttarayana, the northern run of the sun. The sun moves northward with every passing day. Every day you will see the sunrise is a little more to the north. The period between summer solstice and winter solstice is called Dakshinayana. This is the southern run, that is when the sun starts to move southward. In the yogic tradition, Uttarayana is seen as a time of harvest, both in terms of agriculture and in terms of spiritual growth. It is called the Kaivalya Pada. Dakshinayana is considered a time to work upon yourself. It is called the Sadhana Pada. Apart from the spiritual aspects, there are also various health aspects. Your metabolic system, your glandular function, your immune mechanism, all these function differently at different times of the year. Well, it has been noticed, many studies have confirmed that you will see much more neuronal growth and connections between the neurons in the brain during Uttarayana. In Dakshinayana, the system shifts to a cleansing or purification in the brain, a kind of clean-up phase. All this with reference to northern hemisphere because maximum population for the longest period has largely been in the northern hemisphere. Considering all these aspects, we created various processes through festivals so that you can benefit from these natural mechanisms. Let's take Margali as an example. The Tamil month of Margali starts on 16th December towards the end of Dakshinayana. Margali is the time to bring stability and balance. There are many practices you can do for this. We have told you, you are supposed to take a cold water dip before sunrise, preferably at the Brahma Muhurtam. So when you take a dip in the cold water, the blood vessels, particularly just beneath the skin, across your body, will shrink or become very narrow. This conserves energy without letting the heat going out of the system. This narrowing and widening which naturally happens with activity, the blood vessels become more flexible, which is very important to maintain healthy blood pressure and for the cardiovascular system. Doing this process for just one day will only shock the body. It will not leave any lasting physical change, which is why we tell you to do this for a whole mandala or a period of 40 to 48 days. If you go through this process for a whole mandala, it can improve the condition of your cardiovascular system. There are various aspects like this. I won't go into all the health aspects because what we're talking about is about the phenomena of life itself, not just about health. Maybe for most people, health benefits are what is most tangible, but the fundamental is not simply about health. We are trying to ensure that the body and mind don't become obstacles in our lives. They should become stepping stones for your immediate and ultimate well-being. Well, as a part of that, we want health, we want emotional exuberance, sharpness of the mind, but these are not an end unto themselves. You're supposed to use these as a basis to explore the more profound aspects of being human. Human life does not end with survival. Human life begins only when survival is taken care of. And above all, if you are a human being, the stars and the planets need not decide your experience of life. You and you alone should be the one to decide your inner experience. So the moon, the sun, the calendar, all of these are important, but don't become obsessed with it. There is a wonderful poem by a Kannada mystic, Devara Dasimaya. I hope you've heard of him. If you've not, just look up his poetry, they're spectacular. Let me read you just one stanza of that poem. Accha Shiva Bhaktange Hottare Amavase Matta Madhyana Shankaranti, Matte Astamana Pavnami Hunnime, Bhaktana Manaya Angalave Varanasi Kana Ramanatha. What this means is, to the one who is absolutely with Shiva, there is no dawn, there is no new moon, there is no noonday, there are no equinoxes, no sunsets, nor full moons. His front yard is the true Varanasi, O Ramanatha. So, for a yogi, one who is in state of union with Kala, the time and space, the fundamental ingredients of this creation, which we call as Shiva, is beyond the impact of these cosmic movements. Whether the moon is full or not, whether the sun is moving north or south, his inner experience is not determined by these celestial movements, because human consciousness is well beyond all these physical manifestations of creation, moving whichever way they are moving. And that is the goal of yoga, to put you in charge of your experience of life so that it is no longer determined by the cycles of physical creation. But until you have reached that state of liberation, until you transcend the cycles of time and space, you must learn to ride the cycles. To ride the cycles, you need the right kind of calendar. So please, learn to make use of the Panchangam to create, to engineer a wonderful life for yourself. Learn to appreciate the magnificent and sophisticated and complex nature of the creation around us, but above all, explore the super spectacular nature of human consciousness. Till we meet again on 360.
Thank you for watching this video till the end. Before you leave, watch this latest video now.